Hey guys, and welcome back to another session of the ESU Invite Division. I'm going to be jumping in with the teams right now, as unfortunately we had some technical difficulties, so we're running a bit late, but we are coming back in right now. So we've got the 46 players coming in across the island from the bottom right side of the map up to the top left, so everything on the map should be in play here. Got teams jumping already, with quite a few dudes heading towards Milta Power, or perhaps up to Lipovka, with what appears to be 2 or 3 teams heading down into Nova and the military base. Obviously very, very high loot down there, and since it's not going to be very contested, it's going to be very, very good for them there. Got quite a few teams, or 2 teams in fact, heading up until Yas, with quite a few teams heading towards Pachinki, perhaps. Got a few more teams up towards Georgia Pole, and no one really spreading out towards anywhere like Stalba or such for now. Got Zoidmate just parachuting in there towards Mansion, his teammate Shiro. So we see that we have Archer and Bifter heading up towards Severny, with quite a few members. If I can, quite a few dudes shooting in towards Yas. Perhaps looking for a car here. Not. Oh yeah, just going for the buggy. Just trying to get into Yas before the other team does. Everyone being very spread out for now. Got Edge and his teammate Champs just looting up in Watertown. Obviously Team Mind Freak members, but overall, everyone's very spread out right now as we jump in with Kaysen. Sim, he's got the shotgun. He's just looting Pachinki for himself. Maybe not the hotspotted kills that he wishes it could be, but should be very good for him indeed. As we have Bastrix and V-Fox driving up towards Kamishki and Stalbert. Very good loot up there for 2 people. Got all the compounds, and it's really very ideal. Very tucked away and secure. Perhaps going to be having a bit of a run in here as we have Smiley Face. Perhaps trying to run over Luke Ultra here. Not doing that well, but we do have Snapshot getting King hit up in Georgia Pole. Just landing by himself, getting punched out by JCW there. Perhaps not ideal for him with his teammate Blackout NZ quite a bit further away on the map there. Perhaps bit of mistake there by the team, which I believe is currently leading the leaderboards. So very interesting for them to be dying that early on. However, Blackout, very capable player, should be able to put in a good effort to still maintain a good rank for their team. Just got Nutshot and Luke Ultra. Unfortunately, they got dogged a bit before. US and the motorbike taken away from them, so they're just doing a bit of spot looting, trying to scrump and scrape whatever they can get. Got Smiles and Smiley Face, Team Tarhit, I believe, heading down to Primrosk for now. Should be doing alright down there for themselves. But overall, not very much contention going on at all. Everyone's just looting up in their own areas. just finding their groove, getting their loot, waiting for the first circle to come in, which as we see is on the northern side of the circle, as we do surprisingly have Joshy punch out his teammate. Hizzy or Charlie, punched out there. Very interesting team tactics to get punched out there, so perhaps a bit of a new strat that we'll be seeing. So did the red zone come in over Coffin, just a solo player, just getting a bit of loot for himself with the Kar 98 and the M16. Relatively good combo for him this early in the game. Going to be very interesting to see what he can do as a solo player there. Got perhaps a bit of a fight about to happen in at prison, with Testroy currently in the police station with Mini Gorfin and Ghost Kids approaching for the loot. He should see them coming. If he doesn't, it's gonna potentially be bad for him in the 2v1 situation. So as he heads up towards the roof, he should hopefully spot them out here, but if he doesn't, it could be very unfortunate for the lad. As everyone is very spread out right now, so not much action at all to really commentate on. We should have people heading in towards the zone. Obviously, Stalin and Traz and Rozhok at the moment in a very ideal position. Having all of Roz, they'll just be able to loot that up with the additional time, as we do see that Mini Gorfin has gotten the jump on top of Testroy. Testroy getting knocked out. I believe his teammate Vinvi just too far away to even save him there. Very unfortunate for him there, not paying enough attention to see the duo pushing up. However, they are playing very cautiously, obviously expecting a duo partner to be there. So it might take them a while to realize that in fact prison is free and no one else is there, and they can just loot freely everything else that was not taken before. We have Verilos and Archer heading up on Bista Gaming here, as well as Verilos heading up on Archer and Bista and Saverni. They will be hearing them drive by, as we do have Volcanus with the crossbow and the M16 looking for the drop, perhaps wanting to switch his crossbow out for the crate drop, as actually it appears that I had the wrong overlap, so I apologize for that. Have switched it out now, so that should be there. As we do see the drop coming in right now with a Mini 14. Whoa, that is a very tasty loot package. The 8 times the extended quick draw for sniper, the 3 helm and the medkit. Very rewarding crate this early in the game. So we do see JCW getting knocked out here. Perhaps from fooling, jumping off top of the police station. Not too sure how he could have been knocked with no enemies around. With Blackout used to be up there, currently looting ruins. So really scrimping and scraping for himself here. Yeah, really scrimping with the ump with the 2 times here. Not that good loot. Only got the shotgun as a secondary as well. So he surely will be looking to be finding some better guns here. However, he is very uncontested there, so he should be fine. As it appears that JCW is actually stuck in a wall, or perhaps Harold Holt just trying to get the crouch jump before. Yeah, not too sure, eh? Perhaps a bit of BM there. Nah, he does appear to actually be stuck inside the wall, so very unlucky there. Probably gonna die. Oh, just don't jump into walls like that. Hashtag esports ready, you know how it is. As we look here to jump over to anywhere where the action could be, as we do see that the zone is pushing in, so Smiley Face and Smiles down in Primorosk are going to have to push in right now, with Nutshot and his teammate Luke Ultra in the fishing village going to have to be pushing in as well. Also going to have Cozy and Somatic pushing in from Mill Base, and Extruded and Happy Novitz pushing in from Novo. So there could be a bit of fighting happening on the bridges on the southern side of the map, as we do have Zapruder heading in towards Savuni here. So he could get lit up. However, Archer 1 only appearing to have the micro Uzi. However, he does have the SKS as a secondary weapon, so definitely still got that mid-range potential, as well as the close range. Obviously the micro Uzi just absolutely spitting out the bullets. Very, very fast fire rate on that gun. As we have Shred and Uncry in Lipovka at the moment. Perhaps going to be doing a bit of blue looting. We've seen this earlier in the Invite League. They've been quite content to finish looting up Lipovka, getting all of the loot for themselves. As we see Sticks and Stones going to be perhaps taking a few pot shots with the VSS. Not gonna be getting found out where he is. Obviously that gun very, very silent. As we do have people converging into the middle of the zone. It's going to be interesting to see if players decide to go north or south here, as we see Hizzy and Josh swapping over to a UAZ. Perhaps one with more fuel than the other one, so they will be driving in as well. Sticks and Stones actually landing a few shots there on them. So very good work from him. As the blue zone is pushing in still, we should have the teams on the extremities of the map pushing in as well. As, yeah, we do have Shred and Uncry jumping into their vehicles, as well as Extruded and Happy Novitz already crossing the bridge. No one bridge camping. No one's really in position to do it. The team in Milta deciding to leave much earlier. So they are very safe to cross, as will Cozy and Somatic. Still have Blackout NZ here in the ruins, having found an AK for himself with the 2x now, swapping out the shotgun for the AK. Obviously wanting a bit of that more long range potential. The shotgun not really offering that up for him. As we do, interestingly enough, have the two Mind Freak teams in quite close proximity. Could be a good bit of banter if they take each other out of the running in this game. As yeah, the circle is closing in now. No one really looking like they want to be going for no one really looking like they want to be going for kills here, as Vinvi and his teammate were taken out from quite a distance by Shiro and Zoid, going in now for the loot. Going to be getting all the goodies that Vinvi and his teammate had on them before. As we jump over to Starlin, who's currently still in Roshok, having had Roz the entire time. Gonna be just finishing off looting in here. Very, very good stuff from him with the Mini and the M16. Obviously, his preferred loadout with the 4x. Gonna be taking a few shots as we have into school with the level 3 helmet and the 2 vest as well. Roshok has really done these boys well. Going to be interesting to see what they can do here with all the gear that they've gotten. Obviously, got Patson and Scorp not wanting to peek, perhaps not knowing exactly where Starlin is shooting at them from. So we have had the new zone, very central in the map, interestingly enough, as we do have a few teams deciding to blue tank here, with Mini Gorofin and his teammate and Nutshot and Luke Ultra down on the other sides of the map from each other, both deciding to blue loot a bit and push in a bit later. The zone being a bit more north centered on the circle, potentially with P for Potato and Crit having the best location in the zone at the moment, with the zone's probably going to bounce north over the river. So definitely holding the garage building is an ideal option for these boys. Just hiding the vehicles in the garage. Hopefully a few people might be rocking up on them, as we do have Shred and Uncry in the area. scoping out a few buildings to hide away in for a while. But it does not appear that they will be going to the same spot. We do have Zapruder though, looking like he's going to be heading in right for them. As P for Potato and Crit very aware that he's driving through, dealing the damage, should be able to finish it off there, and there it is with the Tommy gun of all weapons, interestingly enough. Zapruder going down, only a solo player, so quite unlucky for him, getting taken out reasonably early into this match. Styling and Traz, interestingly enough, still hunting the kills at school. Traz up on the Water Tower Hill, and Stalin still back across the road in Eastern Roshok. Scorp and Patson though, just content to be sitting inside school, doing a bit of looting. Not sure if anyone actually dropped here, but very content to just stay there for the meanwhile. And not do that much. It's got Champs and Edge, interestingly enough. They've been sitting in bushes for perhaps the last 5 minutes, just waiting for a bridge camp. So we got the Vector and the M16 with the 2 helmet and the 1 vest. So it appears that they've done reasonably minimal looting, and they're hoping for other teams to provide them with the goodies. So Edge has only got the AK and the M4, definitely a better loadout. However, with the 1 helmet and the 1 vest as well, quite under armored against what other teams will be bringing to the table with this 3rd zone. So going to be interesting to see if anyone does cross that bridge. With this zone in particular, it shouldn't be used that much, so perhaps a tactic that won't pay off for the boys. But definitely all the best to them there. So we still got Mini Gorfin and his teammate up in Stelba, as we have Bouncy Butts and I Love Spaghetti taking quite a lot of damage on the buggy there. Taken down to about 10 HP. I Love Spaghetti with a tiny bit more, with the buggy taking quite a few shots as well. Going to be bunkering down inside the warehouse. Perhaps not sticking the landing, but obviously with the new sandbags and the towers around here, very good spot to park up and bunker down in. Got Zoidmate and Shiro up in the petrol station at the moment, just looking for some drive-by kills perhaps, as the circle is currently closing in right now. We do have all teams inside the zone, so should be expecting quite a bit of fighting with a large grouping of teams in the western side of the map. There's Nutshot and Luke Ultra driving relatively close, making it across the bridge though, they'll be fine. Just driving in to the north side of the circle, taking a few cheeky shots there, but definitely nothing that will be doing any lasting damage to them. Got Harold Holt just driving in behind him there on the 2-seater motorbike with the SKS and the M4. Maybe looking to do a few backies here for the boys. Would be good in first person, but probably not wanting to do that exactly, as we do have Bouncy Butts and I Love Spaghetti Paps looking to get a revenge knock onto Extrude or Happy No Bits, both of them with the Kar 98s, so very kitted. I Love Spaghetti with the suppressed Kar 98, so definitely good weapons from him. Only with the 4x, unfortunately, not the 8, not that extra bit of distance that he could be getting, but still very lethal. So we got quite a few teams heading up in the middle. Luke Ultra and Nutshot, perhaps very aware that the compounds this late in the game will be taken, deciding to take a more nature approach, staying out in the trees, getting a bit of that fresh forest air. They do seem very aware that Cozy and Somatic, however, are holed up inside this compound, perhaps looking to move up a bit more stealthily than what the US would have provided. With the AK and the Kar 98, obviously a very lethal close range and long range combo, however only with the holographic on the Kar 98, so perhaps a bit undiluted with the 1 vest as well, looking for a bit more gear. But they should be able to find that as the new circle does come in. We see that it bounces all the way to the eastern side of the circle. So gonna throw a bit of a spanner in the works for quite a few teams. Joshy and Hizzy down there both getting fed. Zoid and Shiro getting fed as well, as we do have Mini Gorfin landing a very impressive shot. Reasonable distance there. We're looking at what, 500, 600 meters there onto Extrude and Happy Novitz there. However, they should be able to get the res, so not too disappointing for them. Quite a few teams here deciding to move into the zone early, as we do have Bastrix and VFox moving in, as well as Nutshot and Luke Ultra. Do have Shiro and Zoid here though. They may be aware that a car's driving past. Got the M4 in the Mini, as Nutshot and Luke Ultra do pull up reasonably close, with Shiro peeking up, dealing a bit of damage, getting Luke Ultra down to a half HP and knocking him out of the buggy. Very bad position on the back of the buggy there, as they are taking a few more shots at Nutshot, not landing anything. I think they have popped the back left tyre though, so Nutshot will be getting up, taken down to half HP. So definitely in a bit of a predicament here. However, he still is inside the zone, so he does have playability there, as we have Archer and Bifster Gaming perhaps going to be coming up behind him with the Mini and the Kar 98, both good long range snipers, perhaps going to be finishing off Nutshot for Shiro and Zoid there, as we do actually have Somatic rocking up on Archer. Should be taking a few shots here at the car, not landing anything in particular though. Somatic and Cozy do continue to drive on though. Have Stalin rocking up on Zoid and Shiro though. Reasonably bad choice there. Both him and Traz getting taken down to half HP as well. Shiro and Zoid definitely picking a good spot here with the petrol station, getting lots of action coming in from the northern side of the circle. With the zone coming in only 19 seconds, we do still have lots of people stuck outside the map, as Bouncy Butts is knocked off the back of a buggy of I Love Spaghetti, getting taken out from Nutshot. So Nutshot definitely capitalizing on his teammate going down. Definitely not in the best spot, but capitalizing on it, getting one kill for his team. One more kill, I should say, actually, as we do have quite a few boys still campered down. Got Shred and Uncry, each of the zone in the houses. Stalin and Traz as well. Most people just wanting to take a bit of shelter for now until the next zone pops again and they are forced out. Interestingly enough, we got a bit of boat play here from Blackout, going past Champs and Edge, both deciding to swim in. However, we have Bastrix getting knocked out inside the house, so he will be safe to get revived from his teammate VFox, but Cozy definitely putting in a good shot, couple of 100 meters away there. Very, very good accuracy there with the 4x Kar 98. Taking a few pot shots there. However, we do have Shiro finally finishing off Nutshot there. Perhaps a bit too far away from his rock. Gave them the angle. Probably shouldn't have done that. Just gets finished off there. With the circle coming in though, we have I believe that's Smiles getting taken out with the M16 from Crit and P for Potato, who have pushed up into the deffies, as we just have Smiley Face backing off here, not too keen now to stay involved in a 2v1 fight. Actually getting taken out from Uncry and Shred, who appear to be in the 3 stacks, so definitely got that height advantage with the M16, the suppressed M16 with the 8 times there. As we've had P for Potato get knocked out as well. Not too sure where that's from. However, we do have a large grouping of solo players now on the western side of the circle, so there should be quite a bit of action with Uncry and Shred as well. Very clued on that there are players there. Interestingly enough, it appears that perhaps Blackout has had his boat stolen from by Edge and Champs, I should say, as they're deciding to boat into zone there. Blackout still tanking for his team Snapshot, who got punched out way earlier in the match. He's got Shocks here just running in by himself. Solo play, but unfortunate. Has managed to find the 3 bag and the 3 vest though, with the Mini and the AK, so definitely doing well for himself. Just needs to keep running in with only a minute left. He does have a long way to go when you consider him healing up and then continuing to run in. So gonna have to get quite lucky here. Hopefully he does have the meds to make the distance. However, we got Edge and Champs swimming in, as well as Bundy Mate and his teammate 5am. So bit of a community pool feel here in the lake. Gonna have Blackout jumping in another boat as well, as we do finally have Shred and Uncry taking out Volcanus. His teammate Verilos still alive there. Just going to be camping it out for now. However, Uncry and Shred are camping out Smiley Face, so they're going to be reasonably hard here for him to get into zone. Should just be playing the defies all the way in though. Should be able to make that run into the zone. Obviously with the zone coming in 8 seconds, quite a bit more urgency to his movements now than it was 2 minutes ago. As we have got a bit of action in the water. Bundy mate jumping out of the water to knock out Champs, as we actually had Smiley Face taking out Shred, so definitely providing himself there with the opportunity to get away, making the most of the knock, as he knows that Uncry can't even revive his teammate there. Got Verilos taking a few shots on Uncry as he runs away. Verilos got the Dacia, interestingly enough, so should be able to make it into zone alright. Is Uncry very aware that he is going to be somewhere behind. However, without the helmet, definitely not ideal this late in the game to have no helmet. Just too easy to get one-tapped. There's Smiley Face as well, our other member from before. Going to be aware that Verilos is driving past, dealing quite a bit of damage, taking him down to half HP, but not managing to get the kill, just deciding to push in, as we have Edge putting quite a bit of work, knocking out 5 AM. However, Extrude knocks out Cozy, with Smiley Face finally killing Shred up on the western side of the zone. Crit, though, very aware that other players were pushing in, just proning on the edge of the zone, has managed to finish off Smiley Face. However, Trez and Stalin do have a very good location on him here, with very, very open ground in the zone. Just few defies, quite a lot of trees. Should be quite good, as Extrude has knocked out Somatic. They should be able to get the res here unless they push in. Could go for the nade. However, Somatic does finally die. Cozy is very, very low here, who is just inside the shack, perhaps not able to get away. Happy Novit's got the angle on the door, so Extrude pushing up a bit here. Very good teamwork and communication from these boys. Should be going for a nade, however, it does appear that Extrude only has smokes. However, Cozy deciding to push out and Extrude getting the finishing blows on that kill. Critical motion on the south side of the circle now, deciding to wrap around the bottom into the zone, has managed to pick off another kill. Just managing to find the bit of the bushwalker here in this large, luscious bush on the south side of the map. He does need to get a move on though, with Stalin and Traz also deciding to wrap the bottom side of the circle. Zoidmate taking a bit of damage from Coffin, not seeming too sure as to where he is. They should be able to get a location on him relatively soon. However, they do seem... yeah, they have the angle on him there. Being taken out very, very swiftly with the Mini 14. As Archer 1, I believe, knocked out Heavy Novitz there, so deciding to head in straight away, Extrude should, as he does only have 1 second left on the zone. So definitely not ideal for him, as we do have all the teams congregating now in the middle of the map. I love Spaghetti going with the very interesting tactic of just wanting to heal, as we have Charlie and his teammate Joshy in the sniper tower, just taking 3 shots there, knocking out quite a few people. Zoid knocking out Starlin on the bottom side of the map as well. Shiro has been knocked as well. They should be able to go for the res here and get in time. Well, so we have Bastrix getting knocked as well. He should not be able to get revived here by his teammate VFox, who will go for the res, however unable to seal the deal. Extrude just swimming in by himself. Obviously, lots and lots of action going on right now. So, reasonably hard to keep up with it, unfortunately. VFox is still holding down his position. And appears I still have swimming sounds in my ears. There we go. Hizzy taking out Kaysen, who was on the other side of the river, just currently knocked for now. Got Edge. Edge and his teammate Champs should be looking to clean up these kills here. Nick 1 taking damage as well. Extrude, a solo player by the rocks. Harold Holt as well, not with him. Just looking to swim in here. Scorpion. Oh, actually Extrude does manage to get the angle there on Edge, who is taken out, and I believe is not in the running to win this anymore, as his teammate Champs is dead as well. Patson unfortunately drowning, not managing to come up for air, as there were quite a few people roundabout, as we have Hizzy and Joshy looking to breach, which ironically there are 2 teams in here, so he is breaching into 3 players. Bit of unconventional teaming here, as he gets knocked out from Buster Gaming, hiding behind the door. Very cheeky from him there, as his teammate Joshy going for the res packs, getting the knock on Buster. However, VFox hiding in the bathroom with the Vector does manage to finish him off. So Archer v Joshy now inside the house, and VFox putting in really good work there, managing to take out 1 player from each team and get everyone dead. Obviously he's got the only compound now in zone, so we do have Blackout and a few others. They will be running in the open, just trying to get into zone, stay alive here. Getting taken out from Zoid and Shiro. They do have the tree inside the zone, so they should be able to get location onto Harold and Uncry perhaps. They've also been fed, so the other 3 players are going to have to push across the road into them. So going to be very tough for those 3 solo players to take on the duo here. Yeah, there we go. Nick101 finally dying outside play zone, at least in the kill feed. I believe he died quite a few seconds ago, as we do actually have Zoid going for a bit of a cheeky strat, deciding to prone in the middle of the road. Getting a bit kill hungry, perhaps knowing that Harold's lying there in that defy. Should be finishing him off there. Nice and easy. Just got to stay safe from Uncry over there. It's going to be reasonably aware that there are a duo on the other side of the map. He does also seem aware that there was fighting in the compound, so there should be players in there as well. Does have the angle on VFox, who should be running out, and he does get taken out from Uncry. So we just have the classic 2v1. Not too sure as to where the teammates are. Does get tagged up though. He should be very aware now as to where the last 2 players are. Definitely not an ideal zone for him, as he has 7 seconds left. Getting tagged up again. Just jump over to Shiro here. Just lying in the middle of the road. They've just got the angle, and Shiro taking out Uncry by headshot with the M16. Very good work there. Got Zoidmate with the 5 kills and Shiro with the 4 kills. Not really too many other notable kills there. Got Extrude with 3. But yeah, quite a few 0s and 1s across the board. But if you bear with us, we'll be right back soon with game 2.
Can stay right here, we will play until somehow you can find a slightly different frame of mind. Right here in my arms, away from all harm, you'll be safe from all the flares, although I know you don't care. Take a deeper breath and give it time. You can walk the path among the lines, but always know that you'll be safe. I'll be here throughout your days. Come find me and we will play.
Hello and welcome back to game number 2 tonight of the Oceanic First Person Invite Division. Going to be jumping in with the players right away as we see them coming in from the right hand side of the island on a relatively horizontal trajectory. Definitely not an ideal plane here. We should be seeing quite a few teams perhaps looking to travel towards Milta Power, Milta, Novo, Mill Base and Primorovsk, however, as we have two teams currently heading down the coast, perhaps both towards Lipovka. Have quite a few teams contesting School and Rozhok, perhaps. Perhaps a bit of Pachinki action again. Got two teams going Stalba, interestingly enough. And a one solar player, Sticks and Stones, heading towards Severny, getting it all for himself, surprisingly. And there we go, we have a large cluster of players around Georgia Pole. There you go, the name escaped me for a second there. With quite a lot of players actually heading down the western coast towards Primorovsk or Gatka. Perhaps looking for cars, perhaps looking for loot. We shall see. Definitely expecting them to be spreading out again though. So we do have Extrude. He will be picking up Happy Novitz, who has actually found himself his own car, and they will be heading south down that eastern coast there. Got Edge and Champs again looting Watertown, perhaps going for another bridge camp. Would be very cheeky, as we do have Hizzy getting knocked out and killed very early on. They went School, very debatable perhaps decision, as we have Joshy here by himself just with the shotgun, looking to now rank tank it for his teammate Charlie, as we have the first death very early on in the game. Very surprised to see that one, to say the least, as we actually have Bouncy and Spaghetti leaving Stalber there, perhaps getting forced out a bit by Coffin, as we have the first circle coming in on the map. Forgot to change slides again, but well, it was relatively early into this one. That is my bad there. We have the circle coming in on the southwestern side of the map. So Gatka and Primorovsk and all those players that dropped down there are going to be fine. We have had Archer and Bifta Gaming decide to head up towards Zaki, so they will be getting all the loot there, as well as Somatic and Cozy looting all of Lipovka for themselves. We do, however, have no one on the bottom side of the map, but we have Joshy sitting in a bathroom, it seems, camping it out for Kaysen and Nick 101. Who do seem somewhat aware that he is in here, and they have naded him. Very good juke from him. Obviously, much harder to see the nades without that third-person perspective. So, they could be pushing him out here. As if we jump over to Nick, if I can, which I can't. We just see Joshy holding the door and desyncing maybe slightly. That could have been me, but Nick taking out Joshy with the M416, so those two having gotten the first duo wipe of the match. As I was saying before though, we do have the entire Millbase and Novo area of the map is unpopulated. Quite surprisingly that no one has decided to make the drive down there. As again, we just have very widespread looting all over the map at the start. With 2 teams on the far western side of the map and a number of teams up in Gatka. Just gonna have to wait it out here for a while, see what the teams decide to do. With the zone coming in 2 minutes 44, they are going to have quite a bit of time here to keep looting up, to just keep doing their things here. So we just got bull bags and smiley face, deciding to go for the high tier loot spawns, and yes, perhaps walking through doors a bit, although that could just be me, as they will be looting all of Yasnaya by themselves there. Happy Novitz and Extrude getting all of Milta Factory and Milta Power to themselves as well. And they will be getting very looted here, as we see he has the M16, the Mini 14, as well as a 3 helmet and 3 bag as well. So definitely good stuff from him, finding the gear. As Extrude running the SKSM Mini 14, bit of an interesting combo there, running the double sniper. Only found himself a 2 helm and a 1 vest as well, so perhaps not the armor that he is looking for over there, as Milta Power is expected to be a more high tier loot area, as we do finally have a team deciding to head into Primorsk. He's only got the Vector and the shotgun at the moment, but I'm sure Scorp will be able to find some better gear. Straight away gets the Mini 14. And yeah, they should be looting up all of Primorsk and getting very, very geared for this game ahead. Got quite a few teams on the outside of the map, so we have the team in Lipovka, Milta Power, Bastelba, and Zaki, which will have a bit further of a drive into the zone. So they should be looking to head off soon, with 30 seconds until the new zone is coming in. We should have quite a bit of action around Georgia Pole as well, as the teams here should be aware that there was more than one other team that landed there. So they should definitely be thinking about what they should be doing and how to get out of Georgia Pole without running into that fight. Perhaps looking for a vehicle of some description along the roads, of which there really doesn't appear to be many. So they should be very aware here that there are the other teams and they should have to get out. However, Verilos and Volcanus not looking very looted, with the UMP and the Vector at the moment. Got Nutshot driving over with his teammate Luke Ultra still, I believe. Going to be driving through by Verilos and Volcanus. They aren't going to be able to do much, only with the Vector, of course, with the M16 as well. But perhaps a bit too late to the party to be able to take any good shots here on the UAZ as it's driving by. Yeah, just not landing any shots here, perhaps a bit too late to get out to the side of the road. As we still haven't had anyone die, except for the first duo, we do have the first plane drops with a double drop. Obviously a 5% chance of a double drop every time the plane goes over. As we get the M249, this extended quick draw for the sniper rifle, the 3 helm, the ghillie suit, the med kit, and 200 rounds of 5.5, as we have the other drop containing a M24, another ghillie suit, a level 3 vest this time, and a medkit. So both definitely very good crates to be going for. Not too sure if Electric has seen this yet. He should see it. Should be very obvious to him, sitting there in the middle of the beach, as he does only have a shotgun as his secondary at the moment, so the crate would really be helping him out. Not too sure if he has actually seen it though, so a bit nerve-wracking there. really want those high tier guns in the gameplay, as they do really add to it. And yeah, I don't think he's seen it, so it's pretty disappointing. So we have Tiestoy deciding to make the interesting call to try get into the zone with a boat. So he's gonna have to be going the very long way round. So not too sure. Perhaps he couldn't find a vehicle, but definitely going to be a much longer commute into the zone than other players in the map, as he does have to loop all the way around the island here. With the zone currently closing, we should have perhaps a fair bit of fighting going down at the moment. With there should be, or there will be, quite a few people pushing in from the northeastern side of the map. We're going to be pushing in near Pachinki, as we do have VFox driving into his teammate Bastrix, with Happy Novitz just happy to take a look with the Mini 14 and the 2x, landing quite a few shots there, perhaps hitting the vehicle more than the players, as the two players have now pulled up. Got his teammate Extrude coming in from the north, so perhaps going to be getting a bit of a pincer on. However, VFox and Bastrix hiding up in the house, going to be wanting a tiny bit more info here. Definitely quite looted themselves though with the 4x M16 and the Tommy gun. There's definitely got the mid-range and the long range. Gonna have Extrude coming in a bit closer than his teammate Bastrix, perhaps not too willing to take the fight at this early stage in the game. Definitely a bit risky. VFox getting up on top of the roof though, so very cheeky angle from him. Just trying to find out where the other two players are. Happy Novitz and Extrude though, both with sniper rifles. VFox just getting his shots into the roof. Just very unfortunate from him, getting his level 1 helmet knocked off there by Happy Novitz with the Mini 14. So very unlucky there. Extrude perhaps looking for a bit of an angle, a bit of a flank onto VFox, who's sitting on the roof. But nothing will be coming of that, as we have Somatic and Cozy driving by, very unaware that there's a bit of a fight there. Extrude taking a few pot shots, not hitting anything, only got the red dot in the Mini 14 at the moment. However, with the 8x on the SKS, it does appear that he is running the red dot Mini as a close range weapon. So very interesting choice from him, wanting that high damage single fire sniper as a close range weapon, as opposed to a fully auto Scar, for instance. We do actually have Shred with the M24, so definitely good stuff to see him having picked up that crate, as we do finally have Happy Novitz knocking out VFox. They should be able to get the res here. Happy Novitz and Extrude should be pushing this with the advantage of knocking VFox on the roof. They have the 2v1 advantage, so they should definitely be making the most of that. Obviously, it's a 10-second revive, and then I believe 8 seconds for a first aid. So 18 seconds, definitely enough time to push up to the building and get an angle on them. As Bastrix knocks out Happy Novitz with the shotgun, but Extrude trading back out and managing to res his teammate there. I don't think Bastrix actually managed to get the full res off on VFox there, so definitely that advantage in the 2v1 being made the most of. Got P for Potato and Critical Motion just in the middle of nowhere. They should be getting driven past by, perhaps not. Got the suppressed M16, only with a holo though, so reasonably unfortunate there. Got the Tommy gun as well, seeming to be a very interesting pick at the moment, as we have had quite a few players running the Tommy gun. Not sure if by necessity or if by choice, but it is very interesting to see quite a few players with the Tommy gun so early on in the game. It's got Traz driving up on P4 Potato, who is definitely putting in the work there, knocking out Stylen with this M16. Traz getting taken up to half health as well. He will be driving on as Shiro and Zoid driving past as well. Unfortunately, not landing many shots this time, landing 1 or 2 on Tiestoy as he drives past as well. Somatic though finishing off Traz, so that's very unfortunate for that team there. Critical Motion finishing off Testroy knocking him off that bike there. Shiro and Zoid, though, managing to make it out of that killing field unscathed. We have have Somatic and Cozy have finally clued on to the fact that Critical Motion and P for Potato are out in the open. Somatic knocking out Critical Motion with the Scarel. They do seem very aware that P for Potato is hiding behind the rock. Critical Motion definitely not in a position where it can be revived, and Somatic finishes him off. So very unfortunate there after getting a number of kills. We do have, very interestingly enough though, I Love Spaghetti and Bouncy Butts going for the long game heal strat up in Severny. Got the AR suppressors in Kar 98, however they won't be able to do much with those with no other people around. So we jump back over to Somatic, who is just chilling in zone. Got a few people still driving in with only 20 seconds left before the new zone closes off. They will be looking to head in. We do have Mozart and Bork landing a bit of damage there onto Happy. Novit's getting taken down very, very low, and they do manage to finish him off with the Mini 14 red dot. We should have Extrude here, deciding to actually stay around and fight the 2v1 to try get the res. Perhaps a bit debatable with the zone coming in and him not being in zone, and we do have him deciding to head off there to keep fighting another day, as we have had our third crate of the drop match with a Orm 8 times level 3 vest. Definitely really insane drops these games with the M24, the M249 and the AWM. So going to be a very good crate for whoever manages to find this one here. Perhaps a few teams have seen it, but they think it's a bit too exposed in the middle. Don't want to get baited into dying just for the crate. Obviously the crates do drop very good weapons, but you don't want to get baited into dying at the crates, because dying is not worth, no matter how good the crate is. Do have Nick and Kaysen though. They have I believe they have seen the smoke there. They should be pushing around to it. So the crate there is very free for them, as we have all the teams pushing to the zone except for I Love Spaghetti and Bouncy Butts just doing their thing still up in Severny. Got Sticks and Stones. He does appear to be noticed here perhaps by Electric. They do seem somewhat aware that there is perhaps someone in that shack, but not much to be done here with them so far away. We do have JCW and Harold Holt dealing a lot of damage here to Champs, getting taken down very low to only 5 HP. Perhaps his full boost helping him stay alive there with those healing ticks. As we do have Nick and Kaysen pushing up on that crate. They definitely should have seen it now. Gonna be checking it out, and they should be reasonably excited if they check it. There we go. Gonna be interesting to see if he decides to swap it out for the Mini. The players do seem... oh, there we go. Players do seem to really love the Mini with its very high rate of fire and low bullet drop. With a higher bullet velocity than the Orm itself, it is probably the closest thing that this game will get to a hit scan weapon. So we have another drop here, dropping on top of these two. But they do not seem that aware that it was dropping right next to them, deciding to just drive away and get into zone here. The zone being reasonably interesting, deciding to head towards the eastern side of the circle with still 50% water in it. So we could be looking at a closed off scratch that, while Edge and Champs taking a bit of fire from Cozy and Somatic there. Going to be reasonably hard to leave, as Cozy and Somatic do have the opportunity to take out the tyres. But with this zone, we are potentially looking at a circle that ends in the fishing village, as we do have Nutshot getting knocked out by Kaysen and Nick 1 just raining fire down there on Luke Ultra, taking up half HP in the smoking US. He will decide to get out. He has been hit again. So Kaysen looking to push forward here and finish off the kill. Nutshot should be feeding a bit of info here to Luke Ultra, telling him where they are. So should be biding his time here. Getting taken down to half HP as well. We'll be healing back up straight away. He should see Kaysen here on his left flank, who may be able to land some shots. Perhaps not. Kaysen himself actually getting taken down to half HP by Luke Ultra. But Nick 101 coming in strong with the AWM from up on the terraces there. As we look inside the zone, we do see that Smiley Face and Smiles have managed to grab themselves a very good spot in the middle of the zone. Just holding the probably the most central building in the zone there, as the zone closes off in 7 seconds. We have Archer 1 and Biffster Gaming coming in from the southern side of the circle. Going to be playing a bit of a boat strat for the lads. Just going to be chilling in the water, presumably, as they wait for the zone to come in again. Perhaps making a bit of a, forgot what this word's called, a pair play, as they don't have that much cover unless they want to rock up onto the open beaches there. We don't actually have that much fighting, as the teams should all be pushing into zone. Do have quite a few teams already set up inside buildings. Got Blackout here pushing in on Kaysen and Nick 1. He has seen him, landing quite a few shots there on Nick 1, however getting taken very, very low himself. So perhaps not a fight that he wants to be taking, with the circle moving in this speedily on his open side of the circle. Nick 1 and Kaysen should just be able to camp him out. Blackout is going to have a bit of blue play to make it into zone here, with getting smacked there with perhaps the AWM, perhaps not too sure. But we do have Archer and Biffster Gaming just playing a bit of boat play, just hiding in the middle, not able to get shot out there. Verilos just hiding in the water as well. Reasonably cheeky there, as we do have the next circle come in the middle of the map. So Smiley Face is in a extremely good spot again with Shiro and Zoid as well. Got the sound bug here as well. See if I can get this gone. It appears not. Nice. So we do have Volcanus getting knocked out from Kaysen with the Scarl. Still surprisingly have Scorp and Patson looting up in Pachinki. That's not Pachinki, that's Primorsk. Sorry for that. They're still looting up in Primorsk, only deciding to leave now. Blackout NZ getting taken very low as we finally get rid of that very distracting water bug. Blackout taking quite a few shots and not managing to make it into zone there. So Kaysen finishing off both Blackout and Volcanus there. Obviously they're on different teams. It's picking off the solo players as they were running into zone. We have had I Love Spaghetti and Bouncy Butts finally join us in zone, deciding to bring a motorbike, the fastest vehicle in the game, down into the zone. And we should have quite a bit of contention here. With the motorbike driving up, we've got Shiro taking a few shots there with the M16. Got the Scarl as well. So got the full auto close range and the 4x mid range. Got Bullbags putting quite a bit of hurt down there onto Kaysen and Scorp. Patson deciding to lie down on the deck and heal up there. So very unfortunate for them there. They have both managed to make it inside though, so they will be enjoying that. do have the new zone coming in, so we are going to have quite a few people moving here. With Edge and Champs securely in their shed, they are going to have what appears to be 4 people from 2 different teams pushing in from the compound to their northwest. They should, however, have a bit of a deafy on them here, as Cozy is just proning in so he doesn't get knocked out. However, his teammate Somatic has been knocked and killed from Casson and Nick, so Cozy is just going to lay here in the grass, get that prone. Gonna wait for the team members to push in. Perhaps, yeah, he does see Nick in time, so managing to get that. Seems very aware of where Kaysen is going to be. Being taken very, very low though. Kaysen pushing up himself. 2 seconds left on the first aid. Managing to dip around the tree, and unfortunately not managing to finish that off. Kaysen going back for meds, it appears, as he may not have had enough first aids to push into zone. So he will be making a bit of a run here for the wooden shack. Perhaps not the most ideal piece of shelter in zone, but definitely adequate for now. Got quite a few people camping it out. We got 3 people in the water, quite a few in shacks around the zone. We got Extrude deciding to move off early, as he will be pushing into Shiro here, who doesn't seem to be wanting to take the shots. They do seem very content to just sort of hold back, as they do finally realize that he is very close. We have had quite a few more teams push into the fishing village, with Bullbags finally killing Extrude, who I believe was trying to make it in on Buggy. With got Archer and Bifster still sitting on the edge of the zone, just doing their thing. Gonna be a bit hectic for them to try and make it into this next zone and stay alive, but should be good to see what they can do with 33 seconds left there. Got Bork raining a bit of fire down with Shred and Electric. Shred getting a very, very good shot there with the M24 on Bouncy Butts. However, Bouncy Butts will be able to get rezzed here. They're inside, they're safe. However, knocking his helmet off for good, so definitely not ideal unless he can find another helmet somewhere within that barn. Got Archer and Bister Gaming pushing in now. They have gotten relatively lucky here. There is no one really on this side of the zone, bar Sticks and Stones, so they should be able to stay alive here. Got Shiro and Zoid, perhaps expecting someone to be pushing in across the open fields. However, Edge, Champs and Coffin have all decided to push further up a bit. Champs driving in, tooting the horn, bit of that BM there. Edge has killed Coffin as a solo player there, so that Mind Freak duo will be pushing into zone. Taking a few shots from Shiro and Zoid on the way past. However, they shouldn't get knocked out. However, they have driven past Patson, who knocks them out of the car. However, Champ's still alive. Got the hopes and dreams. Got the hopes and dreams lying on his shoulders. So it's going to be good to see what he can do here. Got JCW very, very low. Swimming into zone right now. Needs to obviously get out of the water in order to heal. So just hiding in the rocks, seeing what he can do there. Got who's shooting? Got Bullbags and Smiley Place playing relatively aggressive here. Oh, landing a very nice headshot there onto Zoid. Bullbags, however, did trade that with the knock onto Smiley Face's teammate Bullbags. So Smiley having to get the revive if he potentially can. Shiro and Zoid both healing back up to 75 HP with 30 seconds left on the new zone. Yeah. Very, very good shot there from Smiley Face. So Archer 1 and Bifster finally clearing out Sticks and Stones, the solo player who was playing the short side of the zone. Got JCW landing quite a few shots there onto Bifster Gaming with his M4. They'll be aware that he is outside the zone though, so perhaps not ideal as he could get camped out here, so to say. Shiro, however, getting knocked out by grenade, or by falling. So, very, very unlucky for the young American lad there. Got quite the congregation here, as JCW, in fact, has managed to knock out Bifster Gaming, with Smiley Face knocking out Harold Holt. Champs has been killed as he was driving into zone. JCW should have heard Archer there, and should be aware that they are going for the res. Shiro dying outside play zone after getting grenaded there. As we do have a very good zone to end here. Not ending in the buildings, ending more in the open. Got lots of deffies and walls here. So going to be interesting to see who can make the early plays for best position in the zone. Shred and Electric still inside in their house. So it's gonna be very good to see them there taking advantage of that position. Obviously, with the only shelter in zone, still got Scorp and Patson on the western side of the circle. They do have the longest way to push in. Smiley Face and Bullbags on top of the garage with Zoidmate hiding out below them. Gonna perhaps be a bit of a scuffle there in 30 seconds as the zone is coming in. Got Archer 1 and Bifster Gaming do seem very aware that there are players hiding in the garage, as we do have Book knocking out I Love Spaghetti. However, Bouncy Bus coming in relatively clutch, knocking out Book and should be able to get the res here. However, Patson is pushing up behind and should be able to see this res happening here. Perhaps, definitely should be able to see them now, taking out one, taking out the other, pushing into zone here. Needs to hurry or else he will get knocked out from zone, as we do have Bouncy Butts dying outside zone and Bifster Gaming taking out JCW42. We have Shred knocking out Archer 1 with the AKM, so Bifster Gaming is the only one of that team left still inside the house. Just holding downstairs, trying to perhaps get the res onto Archer. As Scorpson gets knocked outside the play zone. It appears he couldn't jump over a wall or something. Just getting stuck outside play zone. They should be able to res him here. As we jump back over to Bifster Gaming, just getting the res in the bathroom. So we've got the classic 2v2v2 to finish it off with the last 6 left. We'll be healing back up to full health. However, Scorpson is just being left to die there. Patson seeming very unwilling to go for the res. Perhaps not sure where teammates were, thinking that if there were people in the Wizard Tower, they would have the angle there. However, very unfortunately for him, he was mistaken as to the location of everyone else in zone and has misplayed slightly, letting his teammate die there for free. With 3 seconds left on the zone, we are going to have the duo pushing out of the house by themselves. Patson, however, knocking out Electric, so currently got the 1v1v2. Shred is getting finished off there by Patson. Very clean work from them. So we have the 2v1 and Archer 1 very crisply finishing off Patson there to take the win. Patson putting in a very, very good effort this game with 5 kills. With Kaysen as well, another honourable mention there with 5 kills as well. Everyone else with 2s and 1s and 0s across the board. Got Critical Motion as well with 3 kills there, so very good work from him as well. And we will be right back with you with Game 3.
champions of the night. Yeah. Are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. I'm ready to love. I'm ready to love. I'm ready to love. Champions of the night. Can't tell if we're dreaming now. We watch as the fire falls down. One thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. Are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. I'm ready to love. I'm ready to love. Champions of the night.
protects my heart. There's a voice that is calling. It's calling for me to go beyond where I've always been longing. I'm longing to find where I belong. Soon this fight will come to an end. The Valkyrie chose to When we were young, endless wonder, thoughts of death were not a cause to live slowly. Now the unknown seemed to haunt us. Could this physical experience be free? What is fate revealing? Will I survive? Or will I fall?
It's been too long with too many wrongs. What have I done? You've forgotten the words to our song. Now it's gone. Take it back just for one night. Take all the wrongs and pretend that we're alright. Feel the rhythm in our souls, let them entwine. Cause you know what you can do to me. It's not fair, I don't care. Take you there, make you mine before we're out of time. The same
Hey guys, and welcome back to game 3 of this week's ESU Invite Division first person duo. Got the plane coming in already, coming in through the top middle side of the map, with actually quite a few teams dropping already, as we have 3 different teams dropping in towards Severny, with Archer and Bister Gaming, the winners of game 2, heading towards Zaki already. So definitely good stuff from them. We have quite a few teams heading over towards Rozhok and Yasinaya. Perhaps actually with seeing so many other players heading towards Severny, we do have the Tainted Minds boys and the TNS boys deciding to head over more towards Stalbert and Kamishki there. Although they do seem rather indecisive about where they are actually going, as the buildings do render there. They are actually just hunting for vehicles, so they will be getting those and heading out further across the map. This game, thankfully, we do have quite a few teams, 3 teams in fact, I believe, heading towards Mill Base. So we will have those teams having a bit more action for us at the early start of the game. We have quite a few teams in and around Roshok, as well as Critical Motion and P for Potato deciding to go to school. Have Testroy contesting a vehicle, it appears, but not managing to get it in time, so he will just be hiding, trying to not get run over. However, Extrude, I believe, does has a Glock, so they can pull up on him here and take the fight. Should be finishing him off there. First death of the match. Very lucky work from those two lads there. So we jump over to Millbase, and surprisingly enough, we don't actually have contention here, with Instant Snapshot taking a few shots at Somatic as he drives away, presumably to meet up with Cozy. It does look like they are going to Novo this game, so that will be uncontested for them, but Blackout, NZ and NZ Snapshot, they will both have military base uncontested for themselves. We do have the first circle coming in already on the eastern side of the main island here. So most of the players in right now. It's got Georgia Pool, Zaki and Primrosk all out on the western side of the coast. Gonna have what appears to be quite a few people heading towards Lipovka, with Nutshot and Luke Ultra already on their way there, as well as Electric and Shred, Bastrix and VFox perhaps veering off to go towards Mansion there, and Bork and No Name deciding to go towards Prison. Yeah, Bastrix and VFox have decided to pull off early and just go to Mansion. However, Shred and Electric could get into a tiny bit of trouble here, deciding to pull up on Luke Ultra, who's already got a crossbow, so not that much. Nutshot, however, has managed to only find himself a pistol as well, so they are looking at a reasonably fair fight if they do decide, which they have, to come to Lipovka. Luke Ultra has now just picked up a shotgun, which, at least for me, looks like a crossbow shotgun. So, pretty interesting weapon there, not gonna lie. It's very, very nice. Nice. He will be aware that there are players around, and he should be hunting them. Electric has managed to find a shotgun already, however, Shred hasn't managed to find anything. And, yeah, it appears I'm desyncing here. But Luke Ultra managing to get the headshot by crossbow. So, very, very good work there on a running target. So, it's just down to Electric here with the crossbow by himself. Whoa. In order to keep his team's hopes and dreams alive just with the double barrel there. And that shot pushing up on the edge of the fence as well. Going to be tagging out Electric, as Electric does actually finally go down. So very unlucky for him there. As on the other side of the map, Shiro and Zoid they've wiped Mini Gorfin and Ghost's Kid in I can't even see where they are on the map. Down in Milta. So very good work from them, getting a bit of loot for themselves this early on with the M4 and the AK shotgun combo. So very nice stuff from them, as Bouncy Butts and I Love Spaghetti have been fed the first drop of the map. They do seem aware that it is up here, but it's got the Garoza with the level 3 bag and the 90 bullets, as well as the cheek pad. So definitely a very good close quarter combat weapon for them to be getting this early on in the game. Perhaps not the sniper that they were hoping for, but definitely an ideal weapon so early on. The Garoza, of course, just absolutely shredding armor and health, being an absolutely lethal weapon. They should just be heading off to go loot some compounds by themselves, as again we have a very peaceful looting phase at the start of the game with not much contention whatsoever. Only really could be looking at Volcanus getting in a bit of trouble with Bundymate and 5am. However, it is very unlikely, given that he should be aware that there is a team over there, as he does appear to be sticking to the western side of South Georgia Pole. Yeah, so we have the blue zone coming in right now, actually. This game we could see potentially a bridge camp on the eastern bridge on the south side of the island, as we have a team in Milta and all the teams are going to have to cross one bridge or another, and this bridge is still mostly in zone. So going to be very interesting to see if they decide to cross the bridge. Obviously, the advantages and disadvantages of taking a boat is that a boat is much safer to cross. However, if the circle does decide to go north side, you are very disadvantaged by not having that vehicle with you for later on in the game. It does indeed come down to that element of RNG of having to find a new vehicle on the mainland, and if you get unlucky there, you are going to have to be running a long way if you got unlucky. So we still have the teams on the extremities of the map just looting up, perhaps biding the time a bit, playing it a bit closer until they have to leave. Got our Archer 1 with the AK and the M4 and the Mini 14, so doing very well for himself. Bifster as well with the AK Mini 14 combo, so very good stuff there. Got the 4X as well as the pan, so definitely looking good for a potential back-to-back win there from the boys up in Zaki. So as the circle is closing in, we are surprisingly still not seeing that much movement. We do see Sticks and Stones taking the boat early, getting that early movement into zone, not really wanting any congestion around the boats or the vehicles. Just wanting to get safely into zone nice and early. Do have Snapshot and Blackout on the buggy. They are deciding to go for the western bridge, definitely the safer option, and they have left with enough time in order to make that journey, which is a very smart call from them. It could potentially save their lives. However, Edge and Champs are relatively close. However, it does look like they will just be finishing off looting Fishing Village for the time being. We do have quite a few boys here in north of Yasnai, with Joshy taking shots at Bouncy Butts, tagging him down to around half HP. His teammate very far away, only with a crossbow and a Mini 14, so they definitely aren't very looted peps. Not ideal to be getting into a fight this early on, but he obviously thought that he was safe enough to be able to take those shots there. We have had Archer and Buster Gaming leave Zaki and start heading in towards the circle, with Patson and Scorps this game deciding to stay in Primrosk and keep looting. We also have Volcanus from the south side of Georgia Pole deciding to head in, taking a very safe route, not wanting to drive past the houses or the crates, as he must know that there are people there. Yeah, nice and mellow start to this game again. Definitely just going to be waiting for the action to be heating up a bit. As Luke Ultra and Nutshot are heading in more centrally from the from Lipovka, perhaps wanting to get a bit of a better spot in zone, taking that bike. So perhaps heading to Stump Mountain. I mean, one can only hope, but perhaps just wanting to secure themselves a better location in the middle of the zone. Then they have Sticks and Stones coming in as well. Just on the boat, they're going to be heading in towards Lipovka. So he will be nice and safe, having left very early from mill base. Very good forward planning from him. It does appear though that Nutshot has been tagged up somewhat as they pulled up on this Love Shack, or one story compound. Perhaps VFox and Bastrix are aware that they are there. They are they do seem aware that the drop has dropped as well, perhaps. So they should just be camping it out here. Gonna be waiting for it to drop. It's gonna take a wee while for it to come down. So they will be able to secure that drop there. We have had NZ Snapshot and Blackout NZ manage to make it into the zone already from Millbase, not managing to get bogged down on the bridge as they were very well prepared in leaving Millbase. Patson and Scorp still deciding to loot up in Primrose. Very interesting from them, as we have Snapshot and Blackout moving already in preparation for the new zone. And if we look back over to the crate, we do see that we have our second grozer of the game. So both drops so far have been grozers. Definitely not the M24s or the Orms that they will be wanting, but very, very lethal close range weapons that they will enjoy here. The new zone is definitely not anything exciting, just recentering in the zone that is currently there. So we should have people heading round to compounds in the zone, with all the good ones pretty much taken. Obviously with duos, the smaller is kind of the better, as it can get a bit hard to hold the larger compounds with only 2 people. VFox just taking a few shots at Verilos as he's running away there on his bike, driving away I should say. Just got Extrude and Heavy No Bits driving past, not taking the bait for the drop, not wanting to stop and risk their lives for it. As we have everyone else heading into zone. Archer and Biff's Gaming coming in a bit late here. And Cozy and Somatic taking a interesting play. Perhaps getting shot at a bit from Milta, so deciding to go the long way around to Milta Power and beach there, or even go further round to Lipovka. Yeah, it does appear that they will be tanking the blue again to come around further on the eastern side of the map. We do have a bit of a standoff here with Luke Ultra and Nutshot inside the shack, with Happy, Nobits, and Extrude NZ currently having pulled up outside with their car smoking, and Nutshot having knocked out Extrude NZ with the frag grenade. So we should have Luke Ultra there, gonna have a clear shot on these boys. They are right there. He hasn't seen them though. However, he does manage to clean them up with the UMP there. With Charlie and Joshy actually taking the compound while they've left. So very unfortunate there for Nutshot and Luke Ultra. Going to be interesting to see if Charlie and Joshy are aware that Luke Ultra and Nutshot are where they are. Gonna have a few teams driving past here going towards Mansion, as we have NZ Snapshot gonna be potentially taking a few shots here with the Scarl, as Nick 101 driving past very close, taking a small amount of damage but nothing really to write home about, as we've had Luke Ultra getting knocked out from Charlie with the Mini 14. Gonna be safe to revive there, I believe, behind the tree, so they are going to be safe for now. Both teams dealing out quite a bit of damage there though. Definitely no way for Luke Ultra and Nutshot to back off, as Nutshot gets taken down to half HP. They can't really afford for one of them to get knocked while the other is so low, so they definitely should just be playing it safe here. Perhaps one of them going to be taking a vehicle to pull up on the other side, get a bit of a flank angle here. Nutshot does seem aware, taking a few shots as Joshy drives past. And yeah, Joshy just pulling up at the rock, so they will be trying to take that, get those angles. And again, Luke Ultra going down, so second bleed. He's going to be bleeding much faster now. Joshy though has been dealt quite a bit of damage from Nutshot there, and he will finish off Luke Ultra with some very crisp shooting there with the 2x scope. He doesn't seem... Oh, actually, Champs coming in strong from Stump Mountain, taking shots in Nutshot and finishing him off. So Charlie and Joshy are going to be unable to obtain the loot here, as Joshy should be heading back into the compound, wanting to not take too much damage out in the open, although he is... Yeah, he isn't going for the loot, he's just going to get back into safety. Or maybe not. Definitely a bit of a bold play here to go for the loot. Nutshot's loot definitely recoverable. Perhaps Luke Ultra's not so much. We have had Bouncy Butts kill Sticks and Stones up in the northern side of the map. So Bouncy Butts and I Love Spaghetti playing the northeastern side of the zone, as the zone itself is closing off right now. We do have Patson and Scorp. They are currently pushing in from Primorosca, deciding to not tank the blue for that long, deciding that they have had enough of taking that damage. Do have a bit of a fight here with Nick 101 pushing in on Snapshot, NZ and Blackout. Got the nade cooked. It's going to be exploding on the balcony there. Overshoots it, unfortunately, not managing to hit. Both dealing about half HP to each other, and Snapshot getting knocked out there, so very unlucky. Nick 101 is going to be pushing up the stairs here, so we'll jump in on with him, as it does appear that Blackout is currently reviving Snapshot. Blackout does knock out Nick 101 and has managed to clean up both of them, so very clutch work from him there. Coming in really strong, as the duo wipe was really the only option that he had, as Nick 101 and Kaysen were very well aware enough to push in while there was a down. Gonna have a few teams driving around at the moment, with Zoid and Shiro driving past. Edge and Champs up here on the top of Stump Mountain. Not going to be taking any shots and not going to be dealing any damage. Although Edge hitting some nutty shots onto Shiro there, taking him down to half HP. Just a bit of a love tap as they do drive back off into the middle of the zone. Gonna have Patson and Scorp coming into the circle here, as the circle size has drastically decreased now. Got Shiro and Zoid playing a very good defy there along the edge of the road. Gonna have Bullbags perhaps running into Bork here. He does seem somewhat aware perhaps that there is someone there, as they have both seen each other. Perhaps going for the Kobe here over the top. Bit too far to the left though. So just gonna be waiting each other out here, as they have traded nades. Missing the shots there, as it does appear that Bork is potentially about to get pincered here, as Charlie and Joshy do drive by. We have a excessive amount of vehicles currently driving into zone, as Volcanus is potentially going to be taking shots at a few of them. Perhaps not, perhaps wanting to stay a bit more stealthy here. Gonna have quite a few members on this edge of the zone though. The zone does close off in 53 seconds, so people definitely are heading in early. Bork going back to his teammate No Name, who should be taking a bit of shots here at Bouncy Butts as he does drive by. Not really landing anything substantial though. Looking for that knock for sure. Gonna have Charlie and Joshy playing this top defy on the road. Definitely a good defy. However, it is very, very exposed to the shack over by Bullbags, as well as the compound of Bork and No Name. They do need to be very careful to make sure they are playing along the edge of that ridge and not exposing themselves. Meanwhile though, we did have I Love Spaghetti being killed by Archer and Bifster Gaming, so very unlucky for those two, as Champs and Edge are rocking up on them right now. We're gonna have a few shots being traded there. They do seem aware that they are there on each other. Edge knocking out Bifster Gaming, and Archer not managing to assist there. Champs taking him out very swiftly afterwards, as we also have had 5am and Bundy Mate going down to Shiro and Zoid, currently playing another defy on top of the hill. Very good work from them, as the team was driving in from the southeast. Yeah, definitely a lot more action packed right now. Critical also getting a few kills in that time as well. Piece of Potato still alive there, not getting targeted by any red zones from like last game, unfortunately. So they will be safe in that compound for now, with most people playing shacks or defes. Definitely good work from some of the teams, as Zoidmake is knocking out Cozy over on the hill. Actually, that was a pretty clean shot there. Zoidmake with the SKS. Somatic should be looking for the res, however Cozy is well out in the open and unfortunately does get taken down. So definitely heartbreaking for those guys. We will just jump over, and we do see that this crate, although in relatively close proximity, I believe that's how you say it, has the M24, the extended quick draw for AR, and the level 3 backpack. So very tasty crate that they don't seem to be aware of. We do, however, have Joshy and Charlie trading out shots, with Joshy getting knocked from Edge, who is all the way on the hill behind him, so perhaps pushing a bit too far up the defilade, getting taken out there. However, it doesn't appear that they will be able to finish, with Charlie or H1Z1 for life going for the res there. However, they have knocked off Joshy's helmet, so definitely not ideal, as they won't really be in a position to find any more helmets unless they take one off the body of someone that they kill. Got Blackouts and Snapshot just holding zone on bunkers, as Somatic tries to push his way now solo into zone, taking a few suppressed shots. He does see Snapshot and Blackout though with the 4x mini, so perhaps not wanting to take too many shots here, as it is a 1v2, and he does seem aware of that, and he will be backing off and trying to get into zone. Although Snapshot and Blackout do seem very aware that he is somewhere over there, so with that suppressed M16, Blackout will be taking a few shots, trying to get a bit lucky there. Scorp and Patson have driven by, and very unfortunate stuff from them there. Charlie and Joshy definitely putting in the work, knocking out Scorp and then finishing off Patson with the vehicle explosion, as the vehicle was on fire, as you could see. Got 12 seconds till the zone now, so we do have, unfortunately, Joshy getting Charlie getting knocked out there by unknown name in the compound. So like I said before, that Diffie relatively good, however you are very exposed to a number of locations on the map, and you do need to be very careful about hiding yourself from those locations. Critical Motion getting good damage there onto Champs and finishing off their other Mind Freak duo. Obviously all four members all signed to Mind Freak Gaming, or just Mind Freak, I'm not too sure. So quite unlucky from them there. Critical taking a few shots at Shiro and Zoid on the edge of the zone, taking a few in return as well. So definitely few friendly shots from each other. Bastrix and VFox do need to be moving in. However, Verilos and Volcanus are holding them out of zone currently. They will have to push across the road unless they do manage to get the kills. And Verilos is getting very heavily tagged up here from VFox, deciding to go prone to try heal out here on the other side of the hill. VFox just pushing in with the zone. We'll have this road diffie in which to play, as Critical Motion is knocking out Stalin with the Mini 14, so Traz the only one left in that duo. Gonna be interesting to see what he can do here, trying to go for the revive, but Pizza Potato finishing him off with the M16A4 there. So very good work from them. Got Charlie and Joshy going for a shack, which is not in zone, so perhaps just making their way in right now. Somatic, however, having gone for the wide flank, currently tanking zone in order to get in safe from Snapshot and Blackout. So very smart and strategic play from him. He's got Snapshot and Blackout still chilling on the edge of the zone, perhaps thinking that there are a few people in the shacks around them, or trying to get a few cheeky shots on people on the other side of the zone, as Shiro and Zoid are in a bit more of a serious engagement here with Critical Motion and Pizza Potato. Pizza Potato and Crit definitely holding zone on them somewhat. with only 50 seconds to go. But P for Potato and Critical Motion deciding to P for Potato going for a bit of a flank. However, Critical Motion does seem to have been wanting to back off. So P for Potato definitely laying down the hurt here, knocking out Zoidmate. Shiro on about 80% HP and very, very clean aim there, taking out Shiro with the headshot from the M16A4. Very, very good precision there from P for Potato, deciding to push aggressively and just coming out on top. We have, however, had Somatic knock out and kill both Blackout NZ and Snapshot. So very unfortunate for the duo there, getting 2v1'd as we come down to our final 13 with the zone coming in. Very lucky for Somatic there that he does have the motorbike in which to get into zone, as he is getting chunked very, very quickly. I believe it's 5 damage a tick or something like that. So definitely not ideal for him, as he will be pushing in to no real cover, taking quite a few shots as he is driving by, pulling up in a he's got a few ridges to hide from. However, he is very, very exposed there. We have the 13 players left, with Critical Motion and P for Potato definitely getting fed here, with Bork getting knocked out from Volcanus, who does also seem aware the unknown name was there, and he has finished both of them off. So he will be healing himself back up, as Somatic has heard the shots and does appear to be looking for them, as Charlie and Joshy taking out, getting damaged, I should say, from Verilos on the other side of the zone. However, Volcanos gets traded by Bullbags there, so it is still a 1v1 on the eastern side of the map. Joshy should be getting rezzed here, or Charlie, not sure which one of them went down, as P for Potato and Critical definitely holding the most advantageous position in the zone. They got the top of the hill and they were fed with the least distance to travel. They do have VFox and Bastrix currently wrapping the edge of the zone, and VFox perhaps shooting a tiny bit too early, giving his location away, as they will be taking a few shots from Bastrix there. However, he does get traded back very, very quickly down to half HP, as we have seen Critical and P for Potatoes very lethal aim this match already. With zone coming in, Critical goes on the flank. He has spotted out Bastrix, will knock him down, and has seen VFox. Very, very accurate aim there. Does finish both of them off, as on the other side of the map, Joshy has killed Bullbags as he was trying to leave the shack. So we come down to our final 6 players with the 2v2, v1, v1. Just how you like it. Gonna have these two just playing the tree cover, quite open, very exposed for sure. Somatic perhaps going to be pushing up on them here. He will be able to see both of them if he goes over the top of the ridge, so if he hurries, he will be able to get a relatively easy double kill here, depending on how fast Charlie and Joshy can react. However, they have already moved off from the tree, so as he does peek the ridge to take damage to them, he has been damaged from Critical or P for Potato. However, Joshy with the Scarrow has managed to take out Critical and then finish off P for Potato as well. So that's that duo dead, as we come down to a 2v1v1. Bouncy Butts wrapping the side of the zone on the blue. He has spotted out Charlie, or should have, who is low and healing, and gets the clean one tap. Looking to deal a bit of damage to Joshy, and has finished him off. Bouncy Butts bringing it to a 1v1, and he doesn't know it yet, but he does definitely have zone. Somatic is nowhere near, has to run across the open and across the road. So if Bouncy Butts is clued on here, he should be able to take home a relatively easy win. He has pushed forward himself. He is holding zone on Somatic. He should have seen him there behind Bow Shutter. It appears that it has been called out, and he does know that he is there. They are both aware of each other, and Somatic definitely has to push him. Bouncy Butts just jiggling in and out of cover, baiting the shots there. Neither of them hitting each other as of yet. Bouncy Butts pulling out the Grozer, perhaps wanting to go for a bit of close range action, having Tag Somatic down to 20% HP with the zone pushing in. Bouncy Butts still on full HP, definitely looking very advantageous for him. Tag him underneath the shelter, take him down to half HP again. However, Bouncy Butts gets taken down to about 30% HP. Somatic landing some very good headshots there. And Somatic, very unfortunately there, doesn't keep track of the zone and does get killed off. However, we did have some very, very good performances this game. Bouncy Butt putting in that 3 kills to come out on first place. Joshy fragging very hard with 5 kills, with his teammate Charlie getting 1 kill there. Critical Motion 8 kills, P for Potato 3 kills, 11 total. So very, very good work from them, with Blackout NZ 2 kills, Zoidmate 3 kills, just the usual stuff across the board. But definitely good work from the top 4 teams there, all putting in a very good fragging effort this time around. And it has unfortunately been the 3rd game, so at least for this week, until tomorrow, we'll have to say goodbye. Obviously, we got the Open League tomorrow night. But yeah, from us at ESU League, yeah, have a good night and enjoy those chicken dinners.
Don't be so distant, don't be so distant, so distant, distant from me. You're so close, and yet so far. So I fight it, and here we are in each other's arms. Take it back, just for one night. Take all the wrongs and pretend that we're alright. Feel the rhythm in our souls, let them entwine. Cause you know what you do to me. It's not fair, I don't care. Take you there, make you mine before we're out of time. Let's synchronize. Come on, step with me. Let our bodies sing in harmony till the morning light. Synchronize.